Hey guys, welcome back to another film recipe comparison video. I hope you guys enjoyed the last one, despite using the Cine Bloom filter by Moment. I did not use it for this week's comparison. Still using the same cameras and the same lens setup, so hopefully you will enjoy it. This week we're comparing Kodak Ultramax 400, and I'm actually really happy with the results. Side by side they look very similar, and so Fuji X Weekly's recipe is almost spot on, minus the digital kind of look that the Fuji will have. I think it'll be very hard to tell a difference, and so for that reason I am not labeling which photo came from which. That is for you guys to decide down in the comments. Let me know. At the end of the video I will tell you, but you can cheat and wait and see which one is which, or if you want to interact with me, go ahead and comment once we start the little photo walk. I will say that all of the photos, so you have the first photo and then the comparison one, they're all the same throughout. So I'm not going to be mixing it up. So whatever you have first and then it's second, it'll either be the film or digital one and then the comparison, but it'll stay that order the whole way out through the video. So that way no one's getting confused. Hopefully that made sense. But for this video, Dusty and I went up to her family's property up on a mountain here in East Tennessee. We went up there probably about an hour before golden hour and shot through golden hour, which this is my first time shooting Ultramax, so I was really excited to see the results of what it would look like. I had expectations of it being a little bit more blue and with the reds kind of popping just from what I've seen on Instagram or in other film reviews. But this was my first time using it and I was really happy with the results. I will say that her this is like your typical Appalachian style residence, in the sense of kind of a older cabin. To some it may even be broken down and really ratty, and with just lots of stuff everywhere. It's how the population grew up. You don't get rid of anything. You can always fix it or keep it for parts. And so you'll see lots of cars, lots of tractors, lots of lawnmowers, refrigerators, washing machines, like just what others would call junk. They decided it was treasure and things to hold on to that maybe you could fix or use as parts. And so others may call it hoarding, but it's just kind of how East Tennessee or a lot of the Appalachian region is for lower income poverty. You wouldn't expect them, looking at this place, that they are as wealthy as they are through investments. Just they decided to live a certain way and below their means, and so the house didn't have electricity for majority of their life up there. A little bit of a history: it's a old tobacco like wood barn that was rolled down on logs from like top of the mountain down to the location, and it was my wife's great grandfather that did that. And so this is her grandfather's house that he grew up in and was born in. And it's just really crazy to think that that was a lifestyle and is still a lifestyle for a lot of people. So hopefully these photos will do the property justice. And so let's get into the comparison. So we just started walking around and I love the way the light was hitting the house, and it's gonna be really hard not to tell you which is which, but both the results were very comparable. I thought the colors were spot on. For the Fuji replica, for the recipe, this is a tractor that I'm sure dates back to 50s, and it was super neat. It's right in front of the house, so it was almost like lawn decorative. And then his old truck that kind of died there and was parked there, and it's an old Ford. And I've made a few photos of these, so you'll see throughout the video. I thought this one is super hard to tell which was which, so good luck, guys. Got a little closer, a tree started going through it, and so I thought, oh, this is neat. I feel like you guys have your work cut out for you on deciding which was film and which was digital, so make sure you guys are leaving a comment down below as this is going on. Again, case in point that one man's trash is another man's treasure. A lot of people would throw this out, but not her grandfather. It is, anything and everything is fixable to them. Even if you never fix it, you keep the stuff to fix it. So back to the house, and just the way the light was hitting it drew my eye and attention. A lot of these scenes you'll see kind of just made me feel what it was like to grow up at a place like this. And so my wife lived here for just a couple of years before moving, not at this specific location. She lived up on the hill. But it was so neat to walk around the property. He was actually a mechanic for Volvo, and so that's why you'll see a couple of photos include the Volvo. And so another case in point, 2 identical Volvos, and they are just sitting there waiting to be worked on or restored, and that'll never happen. But it's almost just like a treasure hunt per se, of just walking back through time from all the equipment that you would see. This scene with the broken tire off of the lawnmower tractor and just on some sheet metal, and I used the leading line that kind of lined up with the tractor in the background and almost splitting the photo into thirds. And then this one, loved the light kind of shining through the trees and kind of hitting the Volvo logo. Now we're on the other side of the house. And saw the washing machine and was just like, yep, this fits with everything else. And it was still in pretty good shape, so must have just broken motor. I love this scene. There's just so much details in it, from the boot to the edge of the lawnmower to the unit. That was a crawl space door, so there's just so much going on with the house. My typical corner shot that I like to do. I always try to work it into any photo walk that I'm on. This is a little bit more details of kind of the scene we saw a second ago with the boot and lawnmower, and I think that's a pair of overalls. So, and then this last photo is just the corner of the house. Enjoyed shooting Ultramax, especially at golden hour, and I think this should just be a testament to how close you can get with digital. I was actually talking to a buddy on Instagram about how there's this like film superiority feeling that can come along with the hobby or with the trade, and so, you know, everyone has the right to think what they want to think and believe what they want to believe. And so I'm not telling you like don't have that feeling that film is superior. I even stumble into feeling that way sometimes too. I just think like doing something like this was really cool, to see how similar you can get with a digital camera and still get that filmic feeling, that analog feeling of shooting like a film camera, because of just the way the Fuji back is, or at least the X-Pro3 back. You know, I'm not calling through my photos. You know, I'm in the moment and I'm shooting it like I would a analog camera. And so hopefully you saw how close you can get to the results. That was almost straight out of camera. I fixed a little bit of just contrast and some exposure just because the meter reading I was getting, you do have to overexpose just by a little bit. As we wrap up, let me know your thoughts below. Let me know what film stock you'd like me to compare next. Spoiler, I kind of already have it decided what I will do. I probably will do a black and white Kodak T-Max, either 400, or if I can figure out how to get a 3200 version in there, I will. My daughter is about to be born, and so I'll be in the hospital a lot and just indoors. So needing that 3200 speed film and just the black and white for the memories and that feeling of that evokes emotion and like that fragment in time kind of feeling is what I draw into it. So maybe leave a comment down below of what you would like to see in the future. since I already have decided what I will do next. And so thank you so much for watching. Feel free to check out my other video. Hopefully this was a lot easier to watch without the Cinebloom filter and a lot easier to compare. So, oh yes. And the first photo was the Leica, the film in the series, and the comparison. And then the following compared photo was Fuji. So Leica and then Fuji and then comparison. So how'd you do? If you did a good job, great. If you saw it, you may have to pause it and really see, but at first glance, it's really hard to see and compare. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. Reach out to me on Instagram. And also shout out to Fuji Mag, which is a Instagram curation kind of page. And so me and a couple of friends are on there, and hopefully just using it to share the love and wealth of Fuji photographers in the Instagram community. So I'll see you guys in the next one.